Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have our friend. I'm thankful for you here on this Thanksgiving week.
I'm thankful for you.
Catherine Alinovi, our amazing woman who's helping so many, spent many years working as a veterinarian, and now she's doing holistic medicine. She's here joining us live today from, is it Tampa?
Tampa Bay.
Beautiful.
Woo-hoo, go Bucks.
Beautiful.
Football all day tomorrow.
Oh, good for you. And of course, tell us the name of the company.
Healthy PAWSibilities with a dog paw, kitty paw.
Great to see you, sweetheart. I know we are grateful. We are thankful for ourselves, our children, our families, our animals, our pets. And you're just so gracious and loving. So, yeah, gratitude. And I have to commend her because I'm gracious that, and my son touched my cat's tail the other day. She advised me a few weeks ago about my cat whose tail was broken in the middle. I could feel the bone, and lo and behold, that my son is able to pull it now, and there's just a little, it's straight, it's not even crooked, but there is still a little like
wonderful.
But I could touch him, he's okay. So like she gave me an alternative route to not jumping the gun, running to the vet, but I'm grateful and thankful for you for giving me that advice. And I know this is what you do. You're helping people all over the world give advice. And there's even a membership program that, something like I took part in a sense by talking to you like this. And that's amazing. So how do we get involved with the membership? Just tell us how we can reach you.
Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm still lost on. It's only been a month, Jill. Fantastic.
Yes,
that tail's better.
I'll bring him on one day when I see him.
Yes, bring him back on. Maybe he'll last longer than 30 seconds like last time. HealthyPAWSibilities.com. As soon as you click on the website, there's this pop-up that says, sign up here for your free report. And it's about not over vaccinating your pet and not overpaying your vet. Because had you taken little Simba, right?
Simba, good memory, to the vet. Yeah.
Off to the vet. It would have been time and money, and you can't splint a tail. And they wouldn't have given you homework. I gave you homework. I gave your son homework.
Yeah, the hot heating pads, which it was very hard to keep them down. But that was, but the best part was just the massaging and the pulling of the tail. And even the Arcan, which you wouldn't eat, but I snuck it into in the food. So, but yeah. Thank you. What are you grateful for, sweetheart?
Well, yeah, we're a family. I have a house full this week. What about you?
Oh, you do wonderful. I just have my kids. There's me and the boys, the Austin and Jackson. But my niece is coming up from North Carolina, and we're going to my aunt's house. She lives 5 minutes away. My sister, so she'll be away. We're just going to spend time with my aunt, my uncle, and my dad actually. So that'll be good.
Awesome.
And I'm not cooking because I hate cooking. So I'm so glad I'm not cooking. Yeah, I'm not a cook.
I don't do it very much, but I've been making sweets, and because I'm weird. I don't like pumpkin pie, but I love apple crisp. And so if I'm going to get what I want, I'm going to make it.
But I just got to recommend the best. I love apple pie. But you go to Costco, they have like one of the best apple pies. So you got to try it one time. Okay. And it saves you a lot of time. Yeah. But just
does save time.
For the future.
It does save time. Okay. So if we're sharing, so if you're going to your aunt's, you might not be bringing the kitties, but does your aunt have any pets?
No, she doesn't. She's allergic. So I'll be there and she'll be sneezing from me. Yeah, no pets. But let's talk about what are we doing for our pets? Because we're all feeding them turkey. Are we allowed to? Because isn't there but then, oh my God, there was an email alert today. I didn't look at it about something on your Thanksgiving table that's bad, causing cancer in humans. And I saw quickly, or it could be animals too, BHT or AH, something that we eat. I don't know. I'm going to try to find it. It popped up.
BHT and also the BPA liner in your cans.
Oh, that was it that they were talking about. Okay, thank you.
Yes. And so it's basically a plastic coating on the inside of a can. And it's because if you have like acid food, like one of the things, tomatoes, it's acidy. And so there's this lining so that the acid from the tomato doesn't leach away the metal, but that lining potentially could. It's an endocrine disruptor. So if it screws up your hormones, then yes, it potentially could be linked with cancer. Animals and people, all the studies are done in animals. So if people have it, it was already studied in an animal. So, right. But
Oh
I
no.
wanted to talk about the shining side. I wanted to talk
Good.
about sharing because we love our pets. And
Yes.
we yeah, I'm sometimes we're more thankful for our animals than our humans.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said it. You don't have to. Because sometimes they don't talk back as much, sometimes they do. It depends on their age. Um, so I wanted to talk about how to safely share holiday food with pets.
Oh my gosh.
Because
Great
right
topic.
now, yes. Well, think about you're getting bombarded with, oh, you don't want to give that. Oh, no, you're going to kill your. Oh, my God. I had a client this weekend. She had to take her little Frenchie to the emergency room because her Frenchie ate mushrooms. And I'm like, but if they're people mushrooms, they're not dangerous. I
Uh-huh.
said, it's only the ones from the yard. And she's like, well, I have a whole bag from the yard. And I'm like, that's not the poisonous one from the yard. Those are morels. They're safe for human and animal consumption, but it's better to go on the safe side. So, mushrooms are not dangerous if they're for us. If they're those really pretty ones in the yard, nobody
Ah.
should touch them.
Okay. Good to
Okay.
know.
Okay. So, we're going to review. Oh, I didn't warn you. Do you want to do the quiz or you want me to just tell you?
It's
How
up to
many
you.
different
I don't
species?
mind. I'm down for
Okay.
anything.
Okay, five people foods are poisonous to dogs. Some of them are some of them are cats, but if you
And I
avoid
know we
these five,
talked about this and you told
we
and
did.
I don't
I did
remember.
it. I was mean. I know. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So chocolate. So we absolutely got to watch our chocolate and keep it out of the way of the animals because chocolate can cause liver failure. Their livers cannot digest
Oh.
chocolate. And the better the chocolate, the worse the problem. So I had a client gave me some beautiful dark
Mm.
chocolate, Belgian chocolates. No animals ate those
Wow. Okay.
for their
Good to
safety. That was my
hmm
excuse. Yeah. Okay. So chocolate, um, grapes and raisins. Yeah, raisins, obviously, because it's a dried grape.
Okay.
And a lot of it is portion size. So one by accident isn't
Is
going to kill
okay. All right,
anybody.
good. We're not running to
Right.
the vet. Hmm.
Right. And a bowl full, the bigger the, right. The bigger your dog, the more they can handle. But still, so we don't want to be feeding. I used to feed grapes before we figured it out. Oh my goodness, I was so scared. I was so grateful when Western medicine learned that grapes could be poisonous, and I was so grateful I hadn't killed my dog because it was like perfect little shoot it
Uh-huh.
across the room, catch it in their mouth. Okay. Um, the next one, this I always emphasize the two adjectives: large amounts of raw onion or garlic.
Okay. Yes, I remember that one. You told me
Okay.
that.
Right. And so if someone's cutting up onion and a little piece falls on the floor and someone vacuums it up, it's fine.
Okay.
No pampered house dog or cat is going to break into the cabinet and start eating whole onions. The biggest the biggest risk, honestly, it would be, dogs on the street who have nothing else to eat. They're going to have the biggest risk. But if you make food and it has cooked onion, cooked garlic, garlic seasoning, garlic powder, those are all fine.
Mm-hmm.
The cooking makes it safe. It changes the chemical structure somehow. Who knows? And it's not every onion and it's not every garlic. And some people give garlic preventative to prevent fleas. So small amounts can be fine. You know, there's a size. Once again, it's a size. Okay, last two. Xylitol. So it's in sugar-free candy, sugar-free toothpaste,
Oh.
sugar-free gum. Kills them dead. So if your kids chew sugar-free gum and it's in their
Okay.
backpack, never, ever, 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 ever have a backpack on the floor in a house with a dog.
Good
Because
to
the
know.
dogs
Yeah.
will go in, they'll go, oh,
Yeah.
yummy, eat it and end up in the ER and they could have seizures and die.
Oh gosh.
It's scary. It's terrifying. And the last one, cooked bones. And so this is lots of us are going to have turkey. We might have a ham. Some people might be a little non-traditional and roasted chicken, any of those bones stolen out of the trash can, that's where dogs get in trouble because it's the bone is now brittle because it's cooked. So they chomp it, break it in a sharp piece, and that goes in and it slices on the way down. And so that's very dangerous.
Ooh.
Right. So those are our 5 things we can't share. That's it.
Okay. But again, as you mentioned, like I'm like, oh my gosh, what about the onion that's a cooked onion that's on top of like the French casserole stuff? No, it has to be a raw onion.
Right. It's the
Those
raw
Frenchy
onion
little
that
things.
gets
Okay, just making sure.
right, those crunchy little things.
I
And
love
I don't
those.
know that those crunchy
They're
things
probably
even
not
have
even
much
real
real.
onions. Exactly.
Right.
Light
And
flavor.
they are super processed. They're mostly breaded, and there's this little shred of processed onion in it. And so, and so that brings us to the other thing, quantity.
Mm.
So here's my household. I have a 5 pound Maltese, a few dogs in between, and my biggest dog is an 80-pound German Shepherd. So obviously, they cannot eat the same quantity of food.
No, no. Yeah, yeah. Good point.
Right. So my 5 pound Maltese, she can have 1 ounce.
Okay.
That's an eighth of a cup. That
Uh-huh.
is 2 tablespoons. That's it. That's
Oh.
her portion size for a meal.
Mm.
So if I were to give her a little taste of anything, it's this a little bit, like the end of my finger. Because if I give her, I wouldn't ever give her how much I have. She'll get sick. And these are the dogs who go to the emergency room over the holidays.
Hmm.
Now, my German Shepherd, she's a big girl. She's active. She can eat as much as I can. I still would skip dinner with her, and I still wouldn't I wouldn't give her a meal of only gravy.
Aw.
Right, because that's going to make anybody sick. But if we gave her her own little big girl serving, which, a cup with some meat, as long as she's not allergic or sensitive to anything. So
Yep.
everybody who's out, "Oh my God, my dog's allergic." Well, obviously, if your dog's allergic, don't
Yeah,
feed
well
it.
then yeah,
Hello.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
So Yuma is not. She can eat anything. So I could give her easily a cup of almost everything that I'm going to eat. So she can have some turkey. She can have the skin, not only skin, but a little bit of skin on her turkey is fine. She can have smashed potatoes. She can have green beans. She can have a little taste of that pumpkin pie that I'm not going to eat because I don't like pumpkin pie.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't need the foo-foo on the top any more than any of us humans do. So she could even have a tiny little bit of roll. But the amount that Yuma gets compared to the amount that my Maltese is going to get as much as the end of my thumb, maybe. And I might just not feed her, partly because there's a bunch of people in the house and some kids, and the kids will be all excited about feeding, and then we'll get her too much, and I don't want her sick, and all of these things. So common
Yeah.
sense. That's a lot. We can share.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds fun, doesn't it? And so, are you going to have leftovers from your aunt and bring the
Yeah.
leftovers home?
Well, the turkey, I will give the kids, the cats, there are
Those
the
are
kids.
kids.
Some of it, yes. Like I told you, I give them
Right.
my rotisserie chicken and I give them eggs. That's like the only
Yes.
two things I really eat that like, and then every now and then they get into like the chicken nuggets that the kids are eating on the table. So be it. And milk for
I
like the one that has like a milk addiction and gets a little every now and then. But
That's
yes, so
fun.
I could bring some home for them. What about stuffed,
Yes.
do they like stuffed artichokes? I'm joking. I do.
You know, that actually sounds delicious, doesn't it? And there's nothing in it that's dangerous.
Hmm.
The biggest thing with it is dogs don't know how to eat artichoke leaves.
Oh, yeah, that would be weird to digest if
So
undigestible. They
right,
would eat the
they'd
whole
eat
thing like
it,
we wouldn't.
they
And
would, and they'd
ouch.
probably puke it up, and it's not poisonous. It's just irritating because it's got that sharp little spine, especially on the outer leaves. I
Hmm.
love artichokes. They're awesome. But if you do artichoke hearts and you put the fufu on top and you make it all yummy, they can have a little with the appropriate body size.
Hey, what about rice?
Because,
Just curious.
okay,
Okay.
so unless somebody has an allergy or a pancreas issue, rice is just fine. It's people food. It's healthy. I mean, it's cheap filler. It tastes really good with sauce on it. It's why any of us eat it. Same with mac and cheese. Macaroni, kind of boring. Put that yummy cheese sauce on it. Now it's good. We
Yeah.
don't we don't need excess. And again, as long as somebody's pet isn't allergic to grains, a lot of them are really sensitive to grains. They're all really yeasty, but same with us humans. I won't eat the mac and cheese because it makes me not feel good. But it
Yeah.
is on the table for the kids.
Of course. I get it. I
Yeah.
know. I love
Yeah.
that though too. Yes.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Costco does make a good one of those too. And absolutely, I would share a little of that with the big dogs. And I might let the micro dog have a little taste of the cheese. Maybe.
ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
really, you made me so hungry right now. I can't even.
Well, you and I always
Mm,
talk at lunchtime anyway. So it's very funny.
right?
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I have nothing to, I have some water.
Oh gosh, that's not going to feel, but that's better for you. And we have 24 hours until we get to eat these yummy foods. So we can share these.
Yes. Oh, oh,
Yes. We just, if you dump a bunch of leftovers in the trash, that's where animals get into trouble because, oh, nobody's looking and oh, it smells good. And then they
yeah.
break in and they're ready and all of that. Yeah.
Ah. What, okay, let me ask you, hold on for leftovers, right?
Go for it.
How many
Go
days
for it.
are they
Yeah.
good for to feed to you or to your, obviously, your
Okay.
animals?
I know because don't we, well, those of us with dogs, sometimes when the food's like where we humans are like, I don't know.
You kind of,
Sometimes we
yeah.
pass it on to the dog because the crazy thing, Jill, that's where pet food came from in the first place. And the stuff that they put in those bags of kibble, much worse than
Yes.
our slightly crusty leftovers. But if you open it and you go, ew, don't give it to the dog.
Oh my
If you
gosh.
open
Okay.
it and you do the sniff test and you're like, eh, it's not bad, but I don't know that I want to eat it. Okay, fine. Unless your dog is really sensitive, you can feed it.
Uh-huh. All right.
And this is, and honestly, it's more of a dog thing than a cat thing. Because if you and I are going sniffing it a little bit, cats eat by smell. Well, no, dogs don't eat by smell. Dogs
Okay.
eat by, I'm gonna get it before you.
But cats eat by smell, right? They,
Absolutely. And so if we're doing the sniff test and going, what do you think your cat's going to do? He's going to come up and go and look at you like, what is this crap you put in my
yes.
dish?
Yes, exactly.
So cats actually are a little bit more sophisticated than dogs when it stereotypical. There are some dogs that may as well be cats, as picky as they are. I am so grateful that even though I have this little 5 pound little white dog, foo dog thing,
Um,
she thinks she's a dog. And she acts like a dog and plays like a dog and eats like a dog, which is, I'm so grateful because I have clients who have the stereotypical little white dog who like will only eat chicken breast and green beans, which is a whole lot better than eating any of those commercial foods. But some of these dogs are super duper picky.
hmm. Yeah.
So,
Ah, I'm so hungry. I
yeah.
can't believe this. I learned a lot, but I'm also hungry. You did you accomplished a lot today. Healthy possibilities. We still have more time, but just have to remind you who we're talking to at this time and you know how we can reach out to you again. And the website, Healthy Paws, PAWS, abilities, IBILITIES. Yep. But just one, not pause,
Yes.
like, you know, this pause, not like you're pausing a video. Yes. Okay, good, good, good.
There you go. Exactly. Yes. And that would be a great place to reach out. And um, gosh, even when I'm on holiday or traveling, like even when we go on holiday, I tell the family, okay, leave me alone. I need 45 minutes with my phone. And so twice a day, I'll pick it up and answer all of the questions because I have a lot of the members and all of that
Hmm.
who people are awesome. And I know I'll get questions tomorrow and they always start with, I'm so sorry, but and that's fine because they need me. That's the purpose of the membership is okay, Fluffy broke into the trash can and Fluffy weighs 10 pounds and
Yeah,
just ate 75 pounds of grease. What do I do? And I'll be like, oh,
I
okay,
bet.
someone's going to puke up a storm.
All right.
And I'll talk people through it. And do we need to go to the emergency room? Can you manage it at home? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Sort of depends on how the animal does. I've got a client right now who has her dog has really messed up intestines. He's already had one surgery,
Mm.
and we had changed his herbs 2 or 3 days ago. Who he did not react well to the herbs. So he started vomiting, then he had bloody diarrhea, and she's so worried because he had surgery before on his intestines. So she's unfortunately been to the emergency room 3 times, and I'm trying to help her through it so that we get him recovered and actually sleep
Yeah.
and be rested for the holiday because two
So,
nights ago she's like, okay, I haven't slept.
oh, but you are available
Yeah,
on the holidays. Is that you're probably going to get a lot of calls for real tomorrow, right? Like real.
I expect to. Yeah, I expect to kind of through the weekend, and I'll put my phone down and go do the family thing. And twice I'll say, okay, I'm gonna go deal with my phone. I'll be back, and everybody knows to write me off and then go watch a football game. She'll be back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's part of it because I mean, really, that's what emergency rooms do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so imagine if Simba had done his tail tomorrow on
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
be sitting at the ER with 40,000 other people because no other vet is open. And, through the membership, you would have said to me, oh, look, this happened. Send me pictures. And I'd be like, just like we did last time. Is he
Yeah.
eating? Is he drinking? How does he feel otherwise? Okay, do this. Here's when you go to the ER. And then so my lady with the dog who's got bloody diarrhea and vomiting, I'm hoping to keep her out of the ER for the rest of the holiday. So he is not getting a thing from the Thanksgiving table, not
Yeah.
a thing. That boy has sensitive intestines. And so that's where the
Oh,
common sense comes in. So
yeah.
you ask,
And
like you asked about rice, sure, if your guts are otherwise fine. But if for some reason you know that your pet cannot do grain or rice or has pancreatitis, has had pancreatitis, do not, with 75 exclamation points, do not share rice, period. Don't do it.
all right. All right.
Don't do it. Yeah. And so be extra careful. And people whose pets are sensitive, they know. And then you got to
Yeah.
work on the family. And so if the family is listening, like, oh, look, this is safe. That Dr. Cathy, she said it's safe. But yeah, wait a minute. Whose house are you in? What does their dog need to watch out for? So these
Oh,
these are things. Yes.
great. Great.
Teamwork.
I love this. I love great topic today. Great conversation. This is important, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Take care of our babies. My goodness. And
Yes.
you are available. Can I say 24/7, even holidays?
Well, if I'm sleeping, I am
Yeah,
not
you're not going to
available.
get it. Yeah. I know. But
Right.
that's
But
sweet.
yes, basically, yeah, East Coast time, if it's like my normal awake time, usually, yeah, I'm checking the phone multiple times through the day. And this is part of my membership. So,
Yeah.
you go to healthypossibilities.com, click around, find the blog, find the free report,
Love it.
find my list of all of those things that I studied because I love to learn. And then when it goes at the services, it lists phone consult, membership, and in-person visits, and talks about the different ones. And sometimes membership, we can just take off with membership. Sometimes I need people on the phone consult first, like the woman whose dog had this crazy intestinal surgery and all that. Oh, she needed a phone consult first. There was no way to start her off with membership because I needed an hour of information. I needed to read records. I needed all that stuff. But now we're 4 months down the road and I'm still helping her with her boy. But it's in the $25 a month club. Kind of depends. Other people are like, hey, look, here's the vaccine reminder I got from my vet. What's required? And the answer is rabies. That's it. Nothing else. And easy. That's $25 a month club.
Yeah, I love it. Well,
Yeah.
this is the best. You're just so you're awesome, and I'm wishing you and your
You.
family such a great time in Tampa. My goodness, Tampa Bay
Thank
must be
you.
beautiful down there. Like you mentioned
It's
football,
nice.
right? So you are a
Well,
Buccaneers fan. Who what?
well, the husband's a Bucks fan.
Got it.
I
Okay.
walk in and out. I sit down for about 10 minutes. I can follow the plays. Sometimes I have to say, what happened? And, I'll walk through the room and go, go Bucks! And then off I go again. And it's cool. When I lived in Indiana, I would walk through the room and go Colts!
Well, I love it. I'm wishing you the best, and I hope. Hey,
You
any
too.
you ever spot Tom Brady around there? Isn't he from your town?
He lives down here and he retired and lives down here now. He lives in the fancy, expensive houses over on the other
Probably
side.
gated, and yeah, but oh,
Um,
he's
I'm imagining it's gated. I'm probably not allowed in that neighborhood.
same
However,
here.
that man eats very well. And if he feeds his pets like he feeds himself, they are some lucky animals.
I love it. Okay.
That's what I know. I know Tom Brady is a fanatic about health food, which
Hmm.
is cool.
And he's
Yep.
working tomorrow. I think he's one of the co-hosts
Gotta
now, so
be.
he'll be doing that. So, all right. Well, thank you so
Yep.
much. Just random question. Reach
You
out,
too.
Healthy Possibilities, and again, Dr. Cathy Alinovi. Always a pleasure having you here, and I love what you do with your Natural Pet Wellness Center and helping so many again worldwide through these phone conversations and consultations.
Wow.
Thank
Yep.
you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye
Bye,
bye.
sweetheart. Bye. Thank you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.